Atrax doesn't know anything about sports ball.
Dude, I know nothing.
Well, he knows how to score a touchdown in baseball.
Do they win?
Hey, I'm Marcus.
I'm Atrax.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, and you can find this 244 podcast on any podcast format in the galaxy far, far away.
You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for the Working Class Nerds podcast or go to youtube.com/@workingclassnerds. Click on playlist, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every episode, past and present, right there for your listening pleasure.
You can watch me play video games whenever I feel like clicking that go live button at kick.com/MarcusB814.
You can also watch me play video games whenever I feel like clicking the go live button, twitch.tv/A_Atrax.
And since I don't stream anymore, you can check out Doritos' creative writing project, all about the search for the deafening silence in our Discord. Check out the link in the show notes below to find the Nerds community.
We're all on social media. I am at MarcusB814.
I'm at Atrax_A.
And I'm at Nick Vern. That's an ACKV art in this week's episode. Today, we are talking about the games that we're looking most forward to coming out in the next year, in the next 8 months or so. What games we're hyped about. The future is now. And by now, I mean in the next 8 months. So, but first, Atrax, what's up? What have you been up to?
Yeah, before we talk about the future, let's talk about the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
I love it. I finally finalized all my plans for IEM Dallas, all the time off, the
what is that
plane
again?
tickets. That is at the end of May. So literally the last weekend of May. I think it's the 28th is when it starts. Let me pull up my little calendar.
No, what
Really?
is IEM Dallas?
Oh, it is so IEM Dallas specifically is part of DreamHack. DreamHack is a gaming convention. IEM Dallas is a gaming tournament, Intel Extreme Masters. And this is mostly CSGO. I believe there are other games also being played because, again, it's DreamHack, so there's other stuff.
Okay.
But, so I'm excited to see, like, they have a bring your own computer spot so you can, play games with people. And I need to check out the details a little bit more. There's other stuff too. But it's in downtown Dallas. Excited to go witness a live event for Counter-Strike. A lot of my favorite teams are going to be there. So I'll be able to hopefully get them to sign something or buy some merch or something. The tickets that I got came with, because I got like the early bird special, I got the premium seating, or like I guess not premium, but the high tier seating, and a $75 gift voucher for their merch store. So I can go in and just buy stuff and not have to worry too much about paying an insane amount
That's
of money.
sweet.
But
now,
yeah, it was included in the ticket because of the whole early bird thing.
Did you apply for media passes?
I looked. I've been checking out all the spots. I emailed the person. I don't know. It's been like a month now, and I don't think I need to check my inbox a little bit more deeply, but I've been looking out for an email back, and I don't think I've gotten anything.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like it's kind of like a PAX, maybe bigger, whatever.
It's a little bit more, I don't want to say exclusive, but like it doesn't seem like they do a whole lot of media stuff. At least when I checked. It's been a month. Maybe now that the tournament's a month away.
Oh, no, dude, the registration would be closed by then. There's going to be media outlets everywhere, especially if it's a real Counter-Strike tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
it's the
probably
100th. It's the 100th event too.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, there's definitely media passes. But either way,
or they just didn't publicly give them out, and it was only private invitation.
Oh, maybe,
or something,
yeah, sure.
or, you know.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
So my buddy lives in Dallas, or not in Dallas, but in Texas. So I'll be going with him, and there's a bunch of people from the CSC that are going to be there too. We're not necessarily like, oh yeah, we're all in the same hotel, all that stuff, but just they'll be there, so probably get to meet some of those people, which will be pretty cool.
That's rad.
But yeah, just one of my IRL friends and few people online, but it'll be a good time. Get some beers, all that good stuff. Our hotel is like 2 blocks from the venue, so looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Also in Counter-Strike news, the ESL Pro League has been going on, so I've been watching a lot of Counter-Strike. Whenever I get home from work or something like that, there's a lot of Counter-Strike going on each day. My teams are all winning, which is great. G2, Astralis, and Vitality have all made it through. Team Liquid is playing this week in their group, and they've already made it through pretty good, so looking forward to see how they play this weekend. And that's always a good time. And also the CSC is starting up. Combines have been Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and I've been able to cast a couple of games when the matches have been going live because we've been having server issues. Lots of server issues, but it's been good over there as well. Doing some casting. Also, too, I got access to the World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic beta last week.
Okay.
I streamed it for like an hour and a half the night that I got it. I made a goblin. I drove around in my car, ran people over, cast a bunch of fireballs.
This is World of Warcraft Grand Theft Auto Edition.
Yeah. World of Grand Theft Auto.
World of GTA.
And
yes.
Yeah. It was good, but there were a few bugs, and I thought that they would give it like at least a week or something until they released it. But now there's the pre-patch on live servers, and at least for me, a lot of stuff is kind of broken, which isn't great. I don't know how it is today because when I opened up my computer today, there were a few patches, so maybe now that stuff is fixed. So we'll have to see. I'll have to check it out again, but it's been fun playing Wrath of the Lich King Classic to kind of get back into it and level up until or before Cataclysm drops at the end of the month. So that's kind of one of the things I'm looking forward to as well. That's immediately at the end of the month, so that'll be fun when that finally launches. And then finally, the last thing for me is I've been making more Hollow Knight episodes, been playing more of that game. I'm up to episode 5 now. And I think I'm finally getting a little bit better at recording them and like getting the audio a little bit more balanced, at least in the recording. Because the first few episodes, it was like really difficult. I had to do a lot of work to balance the audio, but I've been trying to at least get better at speaking clearly into the microphone at a nice, even level. I'm not doing it for the podcast because our Riverside software is so great, but when I use OBS, it's not as kind. Not like I can set up some filters, but it's not as good as just, getting good at recording. So
get good.
Just got to get good, man. But the game is a lot of fun.
It sure is.
I've made it through the green path. I'm at the end of that already. And Marcus, I saw you commenting, dude, I need a dash. I finally got it. I got the dash.
Well, that's awesome.
There is one in the game. And it's been a lot of fun. Good times.
I've been playing it, and so I did some traveling, and I bought it on the Switch digitally. Like it was like in the airport purchase kind of a thing. And, the airport Wi-Fi is terrible. So it took me 2 airports to be able to download it.
Yeah.
But that's how it is.
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah. What I appreciated about it is I'm going to call it a search Metroidvania. Like, you got to search. Like, it's an explorer game, right? So it's like your Elden Ring or your typical RPG where you have to find the map and then you got to find the next thing. And I still haven't found the map. And it was funny. I was on the plane and I was playing it and I got to this one enemy. And it's typical Souls kind of fashion. This guy messes me up. So he's like this big armored guy, and he's got a sword move, but then he drops like lightning on the ground that like fizzles at your feet.
Oh, the false knight, yeah.
And dude, I must have hit that guy like 15 times. And he's still not dead. So I tried again after, and I died again, and then I got busy doing something, so I didn't. I haven't beaten him, but I almost feel like he's the tree sentinel in Elden Ring. Like, you're not supposed to beat this guy right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm just being lazy as F because I'm lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it.
But either way, I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, so we went to Disney. It was great. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I talk about it all the time, but it was great. We drove. The one thing I will say, the minivan is fucking awesome.
What do you mean?
Like, a minivan is awesome. We rented a minivan to drive to Florida. It was fucking legit. It's like the ultimate family vehicle. Sorry, all you millennial moms who don't think it's cool. I don't care. Anyways, yeah, I would never drive a minivan.
To drive the finest an American-made SUV.
Yeah, I need myself a Ford Explorer.
Or whatever.
Chevy top. Whatever. Anyway.
Toyota.
Yeah.
It's not American.
Land Rover.
Yeah. Well, who can afford that?
Oh, yeah, now we're getting bougie. G-Wagon.
Yeah, G-Wagon, $250K. But anyway, so we did that, and then I had to fly to Kansas City last week. And when I landed in Kansas City, I got there Thursday, and we went out to dinner. And then, of course, on the way back, I brought my laptop, brought my headset that, like, my audio quality was going to be terrible, but, like, I was ready to podcast. And then a tractor, I couldn't get away from Massachusetts traffic because a tractor trailer rolled, and we sat in traffic for an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, dude, it was awful. And we were like, you know when you can see the exit?
Yes, but you can't get to it?
Yeah, because you're in complete fucking gridlock. It was awful. But then I drove back. I flew out there. It was cool. I got to hang out with my sister. And that's where I played Hollow Knight. But I would definitely say I think it'll be better on the computer rather than the Switch. So I'll probably buy it when it goes on sale on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, and I want to just talk about handheld gaming. That was going to really be my focus this week. Is fun as it is, I have more fun handheld gaming when I'm playing Minecraft on the Switch than I am a serious game, and I call it serious, like Hollow Knight, or some game where you act like Tears of the Kingdom handheld or Breath of the Wild handheld. It's not enjoyable because you're looking at a screen that's 3x6 or 3x5. You know what I mean? It's not the ideal gaming. And just for the record, I have 20/20 vision, but I don't want to play with the fucking screen like
that close to your face,
right? Where I'm used to staring at a 27-inch monitor, sitting in this nice chair. You know what I mean? So the Switch is awesome. But maybe it's because I'm old. It just doesn't have that same feel. Like, it gave me the niche, the gaming itch. It fed that. But I had more fun playing Minecraft on it because it's like effortless kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go into creative mode and just do shit. I don't know how to explain it. But
I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I can kind of get it.
If you're playing, like, I'll even use, like, Pokemon. Like, Pokemon is, like, the perfect handheld game because you don't really need to, like, do much. Like, Pokemon, what is that?
Yeah.
Not Scarlet Violet. What was the one before that?
No.
Not Arceus, the one before that. Sword and Shield.
Oh, yeah.
But like Pokemon is like the perfect handheld because you're just walking around a world and then battling Pokemon. It's like easy. It's a bright colors, all that stuff. So like I feel like that's super handheld friendly. Where like Hollow Knight is not.
See, that's where I disagree, because Hollow Knight is like graphically simple. And the controls are simple, too. Like, there's only a couple of buttons.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I think I can understand. I mean, for you in particular, you love your graphics. And if it's on PC, you want it on PC. But, like, Hollow Knight, I've got it on. And Salt and Sanctuary is another great example, too. A game that's on PC and on Switch. And I like playing those on Switch, too. For me, I only play the Switch when I'm gone, though. That's the thing. Like,
well, that's my point. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
If you're at home, there's no point. But, like, I'll bring my Switch to work and play during lunch, and that's perfect. It's great.
Well, so those are the areas that I'm saying that I agree with you, right? On the go, it's great.
Yeah.
I didn't find that Hollow Knight's graphics, the graphics didn't actually bother me. I thought they were great on the Switch. I'm just talking about the size of the screen and me looking at it and having to concentrate.
Do you have a original Switch or an OLED?
Original.
You might benefit from the OLED then, because it actually does look better.
Oh,
and
I'm sure.
I know you're
it's a bigger
for
screen.
The next one.
Well,
that might solve the problem, because the old Switch is kind of... Like, I noticed a pretty big difference. I can see where you would feel like definitely on the old Switch.
I think it's just, you know what it is, Atrax? I think I'm just used to staring at a 27-inch monitor. And even though the Switch is great on the go and I have fun when I'm using it, when I'm like concentrating on a game, I feel like it's like like the Switch is sitting on my chest and I'm like so focused because I need it. I'm so used to a monitor. Like, even when I play the PlayStation 5, I feel like I need to stand like 3 feet in front of my TV.
Yeah.
Or I feel like,
That's fair.
Well, I think for me, it depends on the game.
That.
It's
right.
like
I feel like
first-person shooter, I need to be close, but if
Yes.
I'm playing an RPG, I can like sit back on the couch.
But see, you know what it is?
I should say like a Fallout, not
Right.
like a. I
God
can
of War.
understand, no, God of War, I can sit back on the couch too.
But
A third person, I can't. Well, I can understand maybe for like a Souls game, you'd want to be close because you're like paying attention to those frames a lot closer.
But the other thing too is maybe, and again, it's probably because I've been staring at a computer screen 16 inches from my face for so long. When I'm sitting back, now my peripherals are like everything but the screen. It's like sitting in the nosebleeds at like a baseball game.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
You
know
just
what I
have
mean?
To focus more.
Right. And I don't know.
For me, to your point, Marcus, when I'm playing on a TV versus like on a monitor, the text is always scaled weird. At least to me, like it feels disparate.
And I'm like this.
Okay, it looks right, but it feels weird.
Right.
Like,
and I'm like squinting to look at it, even though I can read it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I want the text to be bigger, but I know if it was bigger on the screen, it would look weird. But I know the feeling, Marcus. It's just weird. Like the UI, you have so much more space on the screen, whereas when you're on a monitor, it's just everything is close together.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Totally
so
agree.
Yeah. But the Switch is awesome, and for me, like, I get it. I'm just saying, like, it's hard for me to play a game I need to truly focus on rather than play a game that is moving forward. Anyway.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to say is the fucking comedy of all comedy shows happened today. So Ryan tried out for a hockey team. He got accepted. And during the process, we let the organization know. So myself and a friend of mine, he coaches his son, but he's a really good hockey player, knows all the shit. Okay. I'm officially Coach Marcus.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
You don't know anything about hockey, though.
Well, of course I know about hockey. I know the basics.
Well,
you got to
and
put
also,
the puck in the net. Yes.
Well,
I
I
have
know
to ask.
offsides. I know all the what.
What kind of coach? Are you the head coach? Are you the
No,
assistant
I'm just
coach?
assistant.
Okay.
He's just
curious.
going to go skate around that cone. No,
No,
that
so
cone.
no.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call
Johnny,
it.
stop talking in the back.
No, I'm gonna be the motivational speaker when my friend is kicking the shit out of all the kids. I'll be like, "Come on, guys!"
You're the good cop.
Yeah, I'll be always the good cop.
Yeah.
And like I'll race the kids, and if they beat me, like they can tackle me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna eat shit hard this season, but that's okay because we're gonna get through the season.
Yeah, you'll be the comic relief.
Yes, exactly. You always need one. But anyway, last thing is before we get into Nick, because I know he's going to talk about it, is I just want to say when I was in Kansas City, I went into a card shop. There's a card shop literally right around the corner from my sister's house.
Really?
Like
Nice.
around the corner. It took like 1 minute to drive there. So I was there and I saw it. So I went in there and I was like, hey, and do you have any Star Wars Unlimited cards? He's like, dude, did you see that guy just walk out? I was like, yeah. He goes, he bought the last 10 packs.
Damn.
I was like,
I get it.
come on, dude. So I was like, do you have any more? And he goes, no. He goes, since it's released, he goes, we've had it for months and we
Really?
just sold out.
Oh, that's
He goes-
great. People just realized that they were. had
No,
it.
so he said that it was a popular game to the gamers, but he goes, now that there's a market for the cards, everybody's buying them just to sell them.
Oh, that makes sense.
And of
Fuckers.
course, I said, hey, and he had the starter decks, and I was like, do you are the starter decks set cards? So like if I bought those again, they're just going to be duplicates?
Yeah. They are.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't need it. But
You don't
anyway,
need a story deck, yeah.
I'm hoping this weekend I get to play it because I've actually been really excited to play it.
You see me fumbling with the cards as we speak.
Well, I actually texted you, Nick, to ask if you were okay because like you looked like you were so focused on texting, and I'm like, oh fuck, did he get some bad news? You know what I mean? But he's just
I'm
playing with.
I'm listening. I'm just fucking around with the cards.
Yeah. No, no problem. Anyways, Nick, what's up, man?
So I'll start with the Star Wars stuff. So we talked about Star Wars Unlimited, of course, a couple episodes ago, and we talked about it. How we discovered it at PAX, or I did. Of course, Joey Feta knew all about it because he's on it for the card games.
Right.
But I am not. So last Sunday, not this past one, the one prior, Joey's like, hey, there is a draft event for Star Wars Unlimited. Like, do you want to go? And I'm like, sure. I don't really know what that means, but it's provocative. It gets the people going. I'm game. And I show up with him, and what it is, two things. One, I'm like completely hooked on this game now. Like I'm super into it. Obviously, I was shuffling through the cards I have, but it's tough because they're in between like sets, and I'm totally new to like trading card games like this, so this is common knowledge, but I didn't realize this. They come out in like waves, and they won't make more cards until like if a new set's gonna come out, because they don't want to like have too many out there to where they're like worthless, because I guess having a fairly limited number gets people interested and like keeps the game going. All right, nice.
Scalpers,
Marcus
man.
says Sabine leader card. Where did you get a booster pack?
I got two. Remember at PAX, I bought two,
Oh yeah.
and I got a bunch.
Do you have any blue ones? Blue?
Yeah,
if you-
shit ton.
Let me look through your blue cards, because I'm trying to make a blue and a Grand Inquisitor deck with a blue base. Yoda, nice. No, I need blue villainous is what
I
I'm
know.
looking for. I have the starter deck that's blue heroic. But anyways,
Oh, you want blue?
you can't get if you can. I have some cards like that, because I normally
I know they're red, but hey, this is Fifth Brother.
I will straight up buy the Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister off of you, because I need more of those.
Not a chance.
Also,
I'll pay market rates.
really quick, while
They're
we're
not that rare. I just don't want to pull them out of a pack. I want to have 3 of each.
Right.
So I
while
can
we're
make a
talking
deck.
about it, I don't know if you're gonna mention this or not, but yesterday apparently they already announced the second set.
Yeah, they did.
It's not coming out until the fall.
It's coming out in like August, but they've been
Shadows
releasing
of the Galaxy.
Yes, they've been releasing views of the cards and stuff, and it's all like what's the word I'm looking for? Outlaw and like Mandalorian themed, which is cool. They're adding a new mechanic called smuggle. So Marcus, you resource the cards.
Yeah.
You can play a card out of your resource if it has a smuggle keyword, and there's a different cost to play it out of to smuggle it in instead of playing it out of your hand. Usually it's a little bit higher, but I thought that was pretty cool. Sometimes like you can smuggle a card in and its smuggle value will be like green instead of red or something. So if you can like have a red card and smuggle it in if you're using a green deck for less or something like that, things like that. It's kind of interesting. I think it's a cool mechanic. Like you can smuggle in like like an extra blaster or something. It's like some of the stuff that have smuggle. But Star Wars Limited is cool. And last Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, there was a draft that Joey Feta and I went to, and I didn't know how the hell it worked at all. But you pay, I think it was like $30 or something, or $20, and you got 3 booster packs, which you can't get like anywhere.
That's pretty legit.
Some of the game stores have, but yeah, it's like a little mini tournament, and then if you do well in the tournament, you win more booster packs. So like everybody gets guaranteed like a deck essentially, but you open 3 decks, or
3
me,
booster
open
packs.
3 booster packs, and of course you take out all the leaders and the bases, and you pick your favorite leader, and like, okay, like this is what I actually want to use.
Right.
And then you put, you pick a base if you want, and then you kind of put the bases and leaders in the middle if anybody like wants to just grab those. Then once those are set, and then you kind of take back your original 3. So you end up with 3 leaders, 3 bases, but you pick your favorite kind of, and then if you want to free for all, you can. So then you go back to just the packs that have the actual cards in it. So what you do is you start with 1 pack, then you take 1 card out of it that you want to use that night for your actual deck in that one night tournament, keep it, and then you pass the rest of the pack on to your right in a circle, and you like sit around a table in a circle, and then until the first pack's done, then you take out the second pack, do the same thing. So everybody that's there, was like 8 of us, you build a deck out of the packs like that night, and then you just take home the deck that you built.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so it was
awesome.
cool. I went with like a Boba Fett deck that's like, I honestly didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't realize that like how the colors worked at all. I thought like at first oh, you have to be all one color or all another color, which technically you can, but it's not really the way you want to do it. You have to have your leader card and your base colors determine which colors you can play for like normal cost. You can play other colors, but they cost way more resources.
Right.
So it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So I went with like a yellow and red deck with Boba Fett as my leader card, but and then Tarkin Town as my base. I pulled a hyperspace Tarkin Town, which is going for like $5. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, you almost made your money back on the pack, though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm not going to sell it. I'll keep it. But no, actually, the promo, the promo cards we got at PAX that have like the event exclusive tag on them, Marcus, are going for like $50 a piece.
Well, so somebody,
right.
Somebody actually told me before, like, I should take some of the cards that I have before I play with them and go get them graded. Because
if you have any like rare ones, you should.
Yeah.
Or like actually, well, it depends on the card. I would say like if you have any like that, like the event card, it's probably worth getting graded. I put mine in a hard case already, but but yeah.
Dang, one of these cards is going for $925.
Yeah, so that's the showcase version. So the leader cards, they have alternate art, but they also have that showcase version that's extra alternate art.
Yeah, it's like the foil card.
No, they have foil too.
Yeah, I know, but
extra. Yeah. They only have one of those showcase cards in one of every 12 cases of booster packs, and a case of a booster pack is 24 boosters, and each booster is 16. So I'm gonna do the math real quick. Please hold. So we've got
$250 for a booster pack. or
Well,
a
no,
booster
normally that's
display
because you
thing.
can't buy them. They're normally
That's not bad,
120
though.
because they're $5 a booster pack. So normally a case of 24 would be about 120. But 16 cards times 24 packs. Oops. 16 times 24 packs. That's 384 cards in a case, and it's one in every 12 cases. Times 12 is those showcase versions are one in every 4,608 cards. So like if you pull a showcase card, it's like quite literally similar odds to pulling a shiny Pokemon.
Jesus Christ.
That's why those ones are so expensive. And the
Shout
Boba
out to
Fett one-
Chimeri who pulls like 15,000 Pokemon just to get a shiny.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's bananas.
Shout out to Shiny Hunter Chimeri.
Yes.
Shiny Hunter.
The pineapple Pokemon Prince himself.
You know what's crazy though?
What?
This Boba Fett card on
Yeah.
the site, there's 13 listings, and the lowest one is $9.25.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts? Well, I mean, nobody's buying them, obviously. I mean,
well, right, but I
not
mean,
really.
dang, the value went way up. Holy
Yeah, because
crap.
Hey.
you can't get this set anymore, so it's
Let me see
somewhat
this
fixed.
description. Hold on.
Listed median price $1,034.
Sheesh.
So
Yeah,
you
but-
can get
That's cool,
this
though.
listing is for
Yeah.
a playset of each common from the new Spark of the Rebellion, over 300 mint cards.
Well, all the common cards are like,
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
2 cents, 3 cents.
Yeah.
And that's nothing.
Right. $20.
That's good if you like need cards to play. Like I kind of want to buy something like that. But spoiler, I actually did get a case of booster packs, but
Oh my God, dude. Listen to
You
this.
got a case of booster packs?
I did. So I actually went to add it to my cart, and I was like, "Oh, I can pay through PayPal. Cool. I'll just like link my PayPal." And I didn't realize I clicked too many times, and I accidentally hit order. And I was like, "Well, I wasn't gonna pull the trigger on that quite just yet, but
Dude, I'll buy a couple from you.
well, I want to go selfishly. I want to go through them.
Well, understandable. I'm just saying, if it
Honestly, at
if
this-
it weighs heavily on the wallet, I could lighten it a little bit.
No, I understand. I appreciate it. No, if I honestly, if you want to get into it, I would just wait until the second set comes out, and I'm sure they'll have starter sets restocked and everything, and you can just pay MSRP. You don't have to pay.
You know what
and
the
stuff.
problem? The
Well, I
problem
have the
with
starter set.
Oh, that's right. Okay, good.
So the
Yeah.
problem is this is the problem. Is it's like the old PlayStation and Switch like supply and demand. Is people are going to be so starving for these cards. As soon as the sets release, people are just going to buy every full box of boosters, so they're going to be gone.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. We'll see. Because I think they went
See
out.
you later.
They were. I don't know how, I don't know how they
but
sold
now
out,
you're
they're gonna
getting
remake-
cards.
They're going to reprint more for this set too.
But the problem with the reprint is they're going to be worth nothing.
I
Because
don't
it's
care.
second printing.
Yeah, but
Well-
I'm not buying for
Well,
value
right.
per se. I
Yeah.
want
I'm-
to play.
Yeah.
that's my goal too. Is like Luke and Vader are fun,
What
but
does Amazon say?
I just want cards.
I want to make a Grand Inquisitor blue deck, like the base is blue, because there's a lot of blue cards that have like high shield vault counts and stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You want to buy a brand new box, $314 for a full box.
yeah,
It's
for the
triple the
24.
price. Yeah.
I see $250 on this website.
TCG player is what you want to look at.
Yeah,
What is
$13.90
it?
for just a regular booster pack.
TCG player. It's the trading card game player. It's like the eBay of trading cards.
Oh.
Yeah, they have all the trading cards.
Magic and
Oh, but you can just buy individual cards.
yes.
Yeah.
you can. Yeah, but they're all, varying prices. Like the cards that people actually like play with that are sort of in meta right now are the Vader unit cards and Boba unit cards. Those are expensive as fuck. It's like the Vader unit card, not the leader card, the unit card is like about $85 to $90. And then the boba one's like, actually, the boba one's come down recently. It's like 50 something, but still, it's a lot for one card. And usually,
Seven
if you're like,
cards, $450.
oh, that's got to be a special one though, because they're not that expensive usually. Let me see.
The Shore Trooper. Oh my god!
It was rare.
Man.
Is it the hyperspace or something?
Oh, man,
No,
we're
Seven
just-
Sister, Implaceable Inquisitor.
I have Jabba the Hutt.
$4.50.
Yes.
Or four. Oh, I thought you meant $450. I was like,
no,
what the fuck?
No,
There's no way.
no.
I was like,
$4.50.
It was like, I have one and I only pulled 3 packs.
No,
There's no way.
it's regular $4.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's normal. But still, I guess technically that one's worth the same amount as like a whole pack. So, because MSRP is like $5 for a pack normally. But yeah, that's cool. I like those. I want to play the Grand Inquisitor as a leader card. His abilities, like you can deal 2 damage to a friendly unit to re-ready them, so they can like attack twice but they take 2 damage. And then once he's out and playing on attack, you may deal 1 damage to another friendly unit with 3 or less power and ready it. So you basically like damage your own units and then re-ready them. But if you it works well with units like Seventh Sister, for example, has 6 health but does 3 damage. So you're gonna have like normal damage and higher health, but you're almost expecting that like you're gonna end up taking damage from the Grand Inquisitor on that card to like, you know what I mean? It's part of the flow.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Well, Nick, for sure next week we'll play.
Yeah, I'm game. And yeah, we could play over Discord too. But so yeah, that was Star Wars Unlimited. It's pretty fun. I'm not typically a trading card game person. I don't know why I'm gravitating towards this, but it's fun opening the packs and stuff. It's just like exciting.
Well,
and it's like the strategy's cool,
I like it's simple, but it's complicated too. You know what I mean? And like I've only played a couple times.
Yeah, it's like simple, but it's not terribly complex. It's like seems like the learning curve just to get into it is not that bad. It's not that complicated. You learn in like 1 or 2 games, and you're like, oh, I get the gist, and then you can like get into the nitty gritty. But no, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to open some packs and keep building my deck here. But in real life stuff, I had 2 interviews on Tuesday, a first round one and like a final round interview. I'm supposed to hear about that. The first round one I don't really care much about. The real one, I'm supposed to hear the results of anytime now this week, and I've just been refreshing my email every like 5 minutes. So like, did I hear back? Did I hear back? Did I hear back? Did I hear back? No. I'm like, I got an email. Oh, it's from Amazon. I got an email. Oh, and it's from PayPal. I got charged for Netflix. Okay. I got an email. Oh, it's for, I got to unsubscribe to that fucking Home Depot. And then
local singles in your area.
Yeah, it's like, I clicked something I wasn't supposed to. In other news, Fallout, the TV show, is fantastic if you haven't watched it yet. I go do that. It definitely makes me want to go back and play Fallout 4 and New Vegas with mods or console commands and just like cheat, but like play in the game because it's fucking awesome. It's a really good show. It actually got my dad into it, who like tried playing the games and wasn't super. He doesn't have a lot of patience, so like the show like presents the world and all its quirkiness and how what makes it cool in a much quicker way. So if you have, if you didn't quite get into the Fallout games, give the show a try, and if you liked the Fallout games, you'll definitely love the show. So give it a shot. You know
what's really funny about this is that remember when the Last of Us show came out?
Yeah.
They sold the games like crazy. Fallout is the #1 selling game right now.
Yeah, the show is selling. People love the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is I don't know, that makes me happy, because then if the general public loves the show, that means the games are getting more attention. And I've seen a lot of articles of Bethesda, Bethesda making like public statements being like, yeah, we gotta release more, like we gotta turn around, like increase our turnaround time for games. Like, why the fuck does it take us so long to make one game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a question. Why what is the hyperspace of the game?
Card?
Yeah.
Oh, for Star Wars. Here, I can show you. So it's the art style.
Oh, so you can use it in the same deck.
Yeah, hyperspace is just an art difference. Like, see on my Tarkin Town, it goes all the way to the edge, versus like a different card would be like bordered. So the hyperspace version is just like a different type of, a version of like foiled, and then like my super laser technician is like got the holographic art, so that's a foil one, but it's not hyperspace. And then the showcase ones are hyperspace and foil and a different art style. So those are and they're extra rare. So them is the big dollars. But yeah. Anywho.
Nice.
What else for me? I did not watch the Bad Batch finale yet, but I will. I got to watch the penultimate episode in that one. And I want to check out Shogun. I've heard that's a really good show, but I've not watched it yet. And I've heard a lot of great things about it. So that'll be upcoming.
Dude, the guy I watch wrestling with, James, he said that's one of the best shows he's seen.
Yeah, people are comparing it to Game of Thrones. They're saying it's like legitimately an epic show.
Right.
So
check it out.
I'm going to check it out, and I'll tell y'all all about it. Marcus, you got any AIE news?
Well, so in my past 3-week hiatus from life, I have not hosted Clan Night, which is Destiny 2's Clan Night, which is Sunday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. But we start back up this week, which will be which will be Revenge of the 5th. 8:30
Tuesday or Sunday, you mean?
Sunday.
Got it.
Sunday. Shout out to Wargis, who rallied the troops and ran Clan Night 1 week. I really appreciate that, man. I'm excited to get back in. Believe it or not now, I haven't played Destiny in so long. Well, in a month. But other than that, like, I haven't watched any of the videos of the new content. I guess there's this new, I'm going to call it like it's like they've released all the raid bosses in this like tournament, I'll call it, or like gauntlet, where you beat all the raid bosses, and people are freaking out because you can get a gold weapon. But at the end of the day, it's just recycled content, and I call it stretch content. Granted, you're getting some cool weapons and some cool shit. And some of the stuff that they're doing for the expansion is pretty fucking awesome. But I'll be honest, it hasn't really, I haven't gotten hooked back.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Tuesday nights are always fun because you get to do PvP with me. We do some fun shit, hang out, laugh, choke, and most likely you'll just get to kill me in PvP. It's always fun. So if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord info, ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Destiny 2, Star Wars: The Old Republic, World of Warcraft Classic, and I don't know what the other version of World of Warcraft is, but Guild Wars 2, Lord of the Rings Online, any of those games, you got to check us out. They're awesome. We're awesome. We would love to have you.
And with that, I got to pee, so we'll be right back.
My God, what is taking him so goddamn long?
Nick, hurry up, man.
It's all that beer you're drinking. Come on, bro.
Bros before hoes, man.
And we're back. So today we're talking about that one game, or in all of our cases, those 1 to 7 games that we're most excited about coming out the rest of the year. Marcus, what you got? What are you pumped about?
So this year was a really big game changer for me. It started out in March. Oh, no, last year, 2023, when I got my shit wrecked in Elden Ring, and I said it wasn't fair, and then I tried, and then Rayu, Nick, and Atrax trolled the shit out of me, and I rage quit. But then I came back. So what I've learned about Elden Ring, and I'm not done yet, is that it's probably the coolest game I've ever played.
Okay.
And hardest game I've ever played. Like, I haven't, like, the last RPG I think I actually played, like, real RPG, was Mass Effect 2. Oh, no, Mass Effect 3. Like, I don't I haven't played those type of games forever. Elden Ring is perfection. It might be the most perfect game I've ever played. Now that I'm further in the game, like I still haven't gone, like I still have a long way to go. I think I'm 60 hours in. Like I got a long way to go. Like I haven't even tipped the iceberg yet, or maybe 50 hours. I don't know. But like I'm at the tip of the iceberg of this game. And because I've taken a page out of Nick's book, like I can beat the boss and move on to the next area. Instead, I'm just like searching entire maps for all the cool little shit and like not caring how long it takes.
Yeah. Enjoy it. That's what I like to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously the first one is, and I'm going to beat Elden Ring. That's my real, like one of my goals for now. Is I'm going to beat Elden Ring because Shadow of the Erdtree is coming, and I really want to play it, but I'm not going to play it on launch because I want to beat the game, and I also want people to do some of the work for me because it is really nice for me to be able to explore on my own, explore, and then you find a place, and then let's say, I find Atrax catacombs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, it's midnight. I got to go to bed. And then like while I'm showering or while I'm going to bed, I'm watching like Sweet Johnny Cage talking about it. So to like, let me know that like, hey, there's the cat dog to fight at the end. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of a thing. Like it's nice it extends the content of the game, and people are like, oh, you got to go in blind. Listen, when I go in there, whether I watch a guide or not, I'm still going in there blind, and I'm still going to get wrecked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to Shadow of the Erdtree. The other one is next month, which I will be playing, is The Final Shape, and I am super pumped for that. Like, I got to figure out what day it's coming out. I don't even know, but I probably will take the day off, and I probably will play it morning till night to beat the campaign on Legendary day one, because that is fucking epic. Like, you and two other people are just going through, getting your shit wrecked, and you're not stopping until you beat it. Unless the campaign, like the Witch Queen, we were like 4 missions off, but it was like 1:30 in the morning, and we started playing at, midnight. I mean, 1 in the afternoon or noon when it was released, and I was just like, I'll finish it another day. The last one. So those are the first 2 that are DLCs. The third and the big one for me, and I'm really hoping it's really good, is the first Descendant.
Yep.
It's a third,
I'm with you on that one. I'm excited for it too.
Right. They let out like a beta, or I would call it, and you got to play up to like level 40 or something. Like, I didn't have that much time, but it was basically Destiny, but third person. And it almost felt like the game from back in the day called Lost Planet.
Yeah,
it was so good, and it was fresh, and the enemies were tough, and like I just had a lot of fun playing it, and I feel like that's going to be my new, like, quote unquote end game kind of like MMO style of game.
Yeah.
Those are the 3.
5. Done in Unreal Engine 5 too, so it looks really good.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And there was a couple games that I was looking forward to, but Nick and Atrax have that in their list, so I'm going to wait for them to chime in. But there's one game in particular that I was semi excited for, and now I have no interest in. Yeah. But which one of you two gentlemen or scholars would like to go first?
Go ahead,
I
Nick.
suppose I can, considering this is...
Well, you piped in first.
Yeah, and this alludes to what you were talking about. So I wanted to say I was excited, keyword was as in past tense, excited, for Star Wars Outlaws, which is coming out August 27th. But then I saw more and heard more about the game. Yeah, Exactly. And this is what Marcus was alluding to. So it's the open world-ish Star Wars game from Ubisoft. Well, first I saw in like the gameplay trailer, I was watching it. I was like, oh, this looks like pretty okay. I'm like, pretty good. I'm like, okay, whatever. You play as like someone that gets involved in like a crime syndicate, like smuggling stuff, and you've got like stealth and shooty mechanics. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, then I noticed like, why does the main character look so weird? It was like she looked like, like almost like a ventriloquist dummy. Like is what her facial animations look like. Her face is just frozen, except for her mouth going up and down. It was like, you know what I mean? It was really weird. It reminded
me of the first Remnant game. I don't know, you guys. I don't remember if you guys played that or not. But Remnant from the Ashes. Okay. That game is like it's kind of Souls-like, but with guns. Goldie.
Oh, Remnant, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched you play the shit out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldie
so in the
it.
first Remnant, it was like the same movement with the face. It just, I don't know. Look up Remnant Root Mother. It just, it's so, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I know. Like the bottom jaw moves, but the top teeth don't.
Yeah, and
but
the eyes just sort of like fixed and a little bit too wide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it doesn't look at all like a real mouth. Yeah, it's just weird.
Strange. Remnant from the Ashes.
I'm with you on it, though. It's just, very robotic.
So I'm like, okay. So, like, that raised my, like, that, what's the exclamation point from Metal Gear Solid? Wing? I'm like, something is afoot. And then I heard about Ubisoft gating a quest. So you're in the underworld. You've got quests, with different crime syndicates. Pretty cool. The Hutts, the Hutt Cartel, the Crimson Dawn, the, other people with the funky masks from I forgot their names. Pikes, the Pike Syndicate, a bunch of different factions, right? Well, Ubisoft is gating a quest with Jabba behind a pre-order bonus for the most expensive version, which is $120. So the only way you get to play the Jabba quest is if you pay $120 before the game comes out. And so the backlash about that was obviously a lot. So much so that Ubisoft was like, hey, just, there's a lot of quests in the game. The Hutt Cartel and Jabba is one of the main factions in the game. And, there's plenty of other quests, but we just hid like one quest in that storyline behind this paywall. I'm like, all right, well, that still is fucking shitty. That doesn't explain any of it. And like based on their other games, they've done stuff like this before. Like the coolest quest in the game is going to be the one that you got to pay extra for. It's not going to be like fetch quest number 37. You got to go get the spice from down the street in Mos Eisley and come back. It's going to be like something cool.
Right.
You go, find something in the Sarlacc pit and then fight a Rancor or something. I don't know.
Hunt for Jedi.
Exactly. Retrieve a lightsaber, and you get to use a lightsaber.
The rest of the game.
Game. Yeah. Pay to win.
I have to ask, though, because Disney, like, overprices stuff. How much of it do you think is the Disney tax?
I don't know, because they didn't have that type of stuff in the Jedi series, Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor.
Right. Yeah, that's a good
not
point.
Like
it's probably just Ubisoft being awful.
Well, sure. Maybe they said like, "Hey, you need a collector edition that's this price point," and then like leave it up to them to fill in the content. Well, it's like, how about make some like physical content? You know what I mean? Something. Give me like a
20 is.
Give me a necklace or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some token. But
that's more than a day's wage for some people.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's a lot.
But yeah, I just don't have a lot of faith in Ubisoft. They have done some good stuff, but recently have not. Case in point, Skull and Bones, or like
quadruple A game. By the way,
yeah, quadruple A game, my ass. And then also, I think it was The Crew. You were going to say something, Atrax?
I was going to say, it's like quadruple A in the same way that like a AAA battery is smaller than a AA battery.
Right.
Like quadruple A is just way smaller.
Less features.
Yeah. I think they
Um,
have quadruple A batteries that are like tiny.
Probably. But yeah, and I think Ubisoft was behind the crew. Like people who bought that game, like you just are going to be locked out if you bought it via digital download because they're just like, oh yeah, you just can't play it because we're like shutting the servers down or something. Remember that thing that you bought? Yeah, you don't own that anymore. We do. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Go buy the new one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to buy it. I will just instead. It is coming out. Pro tip for you: if you're a Star Wars fan, which obviously probably almost all of our listeners are, all of the nerds community is, and you don't want to spend $60 to $70, whatever the base game cost is, but you want to play Star Wars Outlaws when it comes out or soon thereafter, just buy a month of Ubisoft Plus for $18. And so less than a third of the price. Play it and then make sure you cancel your subscription before the end of the month. So then you just boom, you only paid $18 and you got to try it. Or you just don't play it.
No.
Or you just make a new account, use the free trial for 2 weeks, and then delete.
Oh, do they have a free trial? If they have a free trial, then
I'm sure they have
that.
free trial.
Well, I'm sure,
promotions.
but hear me out. I am 100. Okay.
Or just don't play it.
Right, I was just going to say,
play it.
Yeah, don't play it. Like, I don't support this bullshit because Ubisoft is trying to, you guys know, and you've said it, like, they're trying to push you to not own it. They want everything to be subscription.
Yeah.
Like, like, I played MMOs, like, I pay a subscription, I get it, but that's different to me. An MMO is different. You're subscribing to a game that's not ending. There's an end. Yeah. There's an end to Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I do.
And for me, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, anywho, that's my spiel on that. Atrax, did you have this on your list too?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it was more of just, look, after the Battlefront Classic collection debacle, I have literally zero trust and faith in a good Star Wars game until it is released and out and people are playing it and I can see like it's actually good. Like that is the only way that I am exactly. Star Wars Unlimited is a perfect example. Like you guys you played it, it was dope. Marcus's opening packs, like
no,
he already did. He's
he already did.
Just fucking with him.
He's just showing him off. But still, either way, like that's a perfect example of now how I will purchase Star Wars games from now on because I just there's zero trust anymore from this.
I was just gonna say that the final shape is coming out. I have not pre-ordered it.
Yeah,
Shadow of the Erd Tree is coming out. I have not pre-ordered it. Like,
yep.
If you buy it 2 days before it's released, just to download it, who cares, right? You can buy any game day one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because so many things are digitally downloaded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like you have to go to GameStop or Best Buy or something like that or Target and buy a game physically and like, oh shit, they only have 50 copies. I need to be at that store.
Right.
Dude, I will say I do miss the days of like going to the store a week before and trading in like a couple old games, getting that pre-order slip, being like told, all right, show up here at 10 o'clock and we're going to do all, like, I remember GameStop did this thing where you would go in at 10 or like before 10 and they would give you a slip for the pre-order. And then they would, at 10:30, they kicked everybody out and they prepared for an hour and a half. And at midnight when the game launched, they just opened the store, you gave them your ticket, you got your copy of your game, and you went home and you played all night long.
Dude, an old friend of mine owned a video game store. It was his dream to own a video game store.
Yep.
And I remember Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops or World at War, all of those games, as a video game owner, he would get the games a week before release because shipping wasn't what it was today. It is today.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So he would tell us it's there, and we would all get our games a week early.
I remember you being like, don't worry about it. I'm like, what do you mean you're already playing?
Yeah. And I'll never forget it because that was some of the that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yep.
And, people are like, oh, he's a fucking asshole. And I'm like, yo, he's a businessman. If you walked in to buy Call of Duty and you wanted it a week early, paid $80 for the game. There was no questions asked. He's like, I'm making $20 a game. If it's that important to you, pay $80.
Yeah.
If you didn't pre-order it through his store, sorry.
Yeah.
If you didn't pre-order it through his store, you paid $80 for the game. Fuck off.
There it is.
And that's a price of business. And some people are like, oh, that's messed up. Well, then you wait till the release date.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And
you don't
for
get
me,
the special, technically not allowed perks.
Well, right. Well, dude, when you go into the lobbies, but I'm going to tell you right now is very different because they actually shut off. Like, if you get the game, I think they turn on the servers, the public servers, 2 days early.
Okay. Yeah.
But, back then, when you signed on, you were playing against devs. And there's a lot of people that were playing the game. But then day one, it was like, oh, my God. And by the time day one came, some of my friends have prestiged twice.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. They just played
grinding.
for 24. Yeah, dude. 24 hours a day. Bro, that shit hit.
That's awesome. Oh, my
Good
God.
times.
Twice before the game came out? That's crazy. Well, if they get it 2 weeks ahead of time, you could.
It was always a week. It was 1 week.
Or a week. Well,
But the
for the
last
days.
one, I forget what the last game was. He got it the day of. And people were like, what the fuck? And it's like, dude, I don't control that. The UPS guy showed up at 9 a.m. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what they caught, the companies caught on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. But other games that I was gonna go through the list. Is that?
I was just about to ask. Do you have any other games, Nick?
Yes. So technically, it did not come out on. It did not come out in general this year. It came out before, last year, 2 years ago. But I'm excited to play Horizon Forbidden West on PC, which got released to PC this year. But I have not played it yet.
I've been watching
that's a great
Doritos
game.
play it in Discord.
It looks beautiful, and I love the first one. So I'm glad I waited because it worked out to where I wouldn't have, if I had bought it, I wouldn't have ended up playing it anyways.
So let me ask you a question. What have you been playing?
I played a little bit of Fallout 4 this week. I've been messing around with my cards for Star Wars Unlimited also.
So is Baldur's Gate dead?
No, it's just I've got a lot of other shit going on. I played.
Sure.
It's on hold.
I like Baldur's. It's on hold. Yeah. I also. Oh, I forgot to mention. I also replaced the treads of all the stairs in going down to the basement. I did that on Saturday. But yeah. Also, Paintballers is a new paintball video game that's coming out. You can play the free beta now, I believe, on Steam.
Oh, looking that up.
Have you played it?
Is
No,
it a
I've not,
realistic
but I'd like to.
game, or is it like
Ish.
Greg
I think it's Greg Hastings style, but new graphics.
Okay.
It's I think it's going, supposed to be a multiplayer.
We're trying to get the devs on the show.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
We got
But
it
it's
in.
hard to get pro paintball players to come on a podcast when they're professional paintball players.
Yeah, on top of other jobs and also working with a game studio.
Right.
To make a game. It's like having person with 3 jobs essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I got invited to the play test.
Boom,
Let's
there you go. Honorable mentions, shows / movies. I'll just run through this quickly because we're supposed to be talking about games. But Tales of the Empire, I'm pretty pumped about. Comes out May 4th. So probably tomorrow night.
That's a cartoon, right?
Yeah. I really liked Tales of the Jedi. Basically, they're like little shorts that fill in stuff, which is always cool. The Acolyte comes out June 4th.
Yes.
I'm really pumped about that. That's set in the New Republic time frame.
High Republic.
Excuse me. No, High Republic. Yeah, my bad.
High
Republic.
I can't wait. Like in the future, so you guys know, like we are going back to reviewing stuff and talking about this because I've read all of the High Republic books up to today, And I can't wait for this because I'm hoping that Disney takes this and like makes something good with it. Stop with Rey, stop with Luke, stop with all of the old shit. Focus on new.
Yeah.
Because the High Republic is so awesome because it's never been talked about, and like the Marcion Rowe.
Yes.
And he's probably one of the coolest villains, but normal Star Wars fans don't know because they probably haven't read those books. And what's their group called? I can't think of it. Oh my God.
The Nihil.
The Nihil.
Those are cool enemies.
Yes, dude, they're evil as shit, and like I can't wait to talk about the Acolyte because I can't imagine that the Nihil aren't going to be mentioned at least.
Yeah,
in
I
some
think
way.
It's probably it's well after the books. It's only like 200 years back or something like that.
Yeah, but it's right before this Acolyte takes place. I think 50 years or 20 years before Phantom Menace.
No, it's way
not.
back.
No, the Acolyte is right before Phantom Menace. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's 132 years before the Battle of Yavin.
Okay. Well, then that's 100 years before.
Yeah.
All right. So, but either way, I hope that they mention the Nihil, like even if they talk about like certain things that happen, like Starlight Beacon, all that, I can't wait to be in the basement watching that on the big screen with a drink in my hand and just like, I can't wait.
Chilling.
Yeah, dude. That is a show I'm looking forward to because, Ahsoka was good. I really enjoyed Ahsoka. So I'm hoping for another good Star Wars show.
Hell yeah, me too. Also coming out this summer, Deadpool and Wolverine seems pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that. And
that's gonna be a good one.
Yes. Also, Star Wars show The Skeleton Crew, which I don't know a lot of details about. It's supposed to come out sometime in 2024. So obviously supposed to be like late 2024. But
did you see? There was a game that they announced a while ago. It was a Star Wars game, but it was like a arena battle game. Oh man, what's it called? And it's been gone for like 3 years with no mention, and they just announced that it's coming out soon.
is Eclipse or something?
What is it?
Star Wars Eclipse was a game that they announced, but it was like they were
it
trying
wasn't
to get
Eclipse. Battle Arena game.
Force Arena?
Star Wars Hunters. Sorry.
Oh, Hunters.
Star Wars, you can scan a pre-register. Launching June 4th.
Okay.
It's a Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Oh, developed by Zynga.
Yeah. So it's
Nintendo
basically
Switch,
a PvP
iOS
game.
and Android.
This is a mobile game.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't care about a mobile game.
I was just saying,
Come on.
listen, playing it on the Switch is going to be fun. Dude, it could be a lot of fun. That's all I'm saying.
You can play it on your iPhone. I'll believe it.
Yeah,
when
no
I see
thanks.
it. Dude, that screams microtransactions.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
100%.
I can
Like-
smell the microtransactions
Yeah, but
through
did
here.
you guys
Dude.
ever play Galaxy? Wait, did you guys play Galaxy of Heroes?
Yes, I did for
Did
about 90 seconds.
Oh, see, I played a little bit. It was
Well,
fun.
No, I'm exaggerating. I probably played an hour's worth of time.
All right, sure.
Or an hour and a half.
Yeah, so I played some hours. I never spent $1. I didn't care that much. It was just cool to like do that. You know what I mean? Like obviously they were going to have the people who are going to spend thousands of dollars because they have to get whatever they got to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, have you seen the games Zynga's made?
No.
Like Farmville.
That's good.
What's it called? The casino one. What's the casino one? Shoot. There's a casino
Farmville?
one they made. Zynga Poker. There's
no.
I mean that's kind of obvious, but like well, they made Words with Friends as well. Look at that. Empires and Puzzles. I don't know. They've made a lot of very microtransaction games.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not I'm gonna have to wait till I see that one too, especially that one made by Zynga. I'm suspicious about that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get it.
But
Let's see.
hopefully it's good. You know,
Yes.
prove me wrong.
Speaking of you, Atrax, what are you looking forward to for 2024?
Well, I already mentioned World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic. Hopefully they iron out some of the bugs and get things going. That's May 24th. Then May 28th, Multiverses is coming back. Really
I haven't heard
excited
that game
for
in a
that.
while.
Oh,
Woo-woo.
dude, it's been like, I think almost 2 years. But I've had a lot of fun in the past playing with friends, family, the community. We had a tournament. That was a lot of fun. All of that good stuff. I hope the full version is similar to what the beta version was, because the beta version was really fun. I'm not sure what they've been doing in the background, but who knows? It'll be good times. Also coming out later this year, Go-Go Town, which we've
Yes.
talked about a lot in the past year. The co-op demo is live for everyone right now, so go download, play the game. You can play co-op, and it's a good old Animal Crossing style game. Highly recommend. We got to meet the devs last year, play the game, play the next versions, have them on the show, get to talk about all the cool stuff that they had been developing, also submit feedback. Oh, there's this, there's that. I had this bug. All of that. Also really cool. So shout out to the people over at Prideful Sloth. And keep on the good work with Go-Go Town.
I'm really looking forward to Go-Go Town. It's because I haven't played probably the last 2 iterations, and every time you play it, it just becomes better and better.
Yeah.
Well, and now you've got co-op, so you can even play with others. And I believe it's local co-op too. So I don't know about the demo, but the end game should be local co-op, I think. So yeah, good times. Later on in the year, in August, is Anatria: The Last Song. It's my official last game that I'm super excited for. We played it in PAX East last year. It's a super fun Souls-like game with really nice artwork made by an Italian developer. And so it has an Italian background and theme to it. All these different songs, and it's just, when we got to play the demo, it was fun.
Why does that sound familiar?
Notria?
Yeah.
We played it at PAX.
Yeah, we played it at PAX last year.
Oh, and you were on a body of water, and you were running through cobblestone streets. I remember.
Yeah. And
Oh,
you
I got
get hit and it,
wrecked. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that looking forward to when that releases in August. And that's pretty much it for me. But I do have 3 honorable mentions. One is Once Human, which is a horror open world game.
Hard pass.
That looks like a lot of fun. Into the Radius 2, which is a VR survival shooter. So it's kind of it's kind of like Tarkov meets Rust, but single player. Anyway, Into the Radius 1 was a really fun VR game, so looking forward to the second one. And then later on this year, too, kind of huge, is Path of Exile 2. I'm not super hyped. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. But, it's a big game. I believe it's going to be free to play as well. So it's kind of on everyone's radar. And just as a gamer in general, then, it's on mine as well. So that's it for me for the year. You know what it's time for, gentlemen?
What time is that?
It's time for Working Class Questions!
Working Class Questions! All right. Up first, Rayo has a question for me. Nick, any interest in playing Fallout 76? No. Any interest in playing Fallout? Yes, but not 76. Because microtransactions and crappy gameplay in game design.
I've heard it's gotten a lot better.
Dude, the game has been completely changed.
I don't care.
Okay. Moving on.
There it is.
Principles are principles. It's probably up between Star Wars and Fallout's my favorite franchise, and I refuse to play it because fuck you, Bethesda, for fucking it up. Stop fucking shit up. And that
You
is
played
that.
Starfield.
Yeah, but I stopped.
I'm just kidding.
I played it at first and then
Yeah.
realized what
It
was.
was fun
and then
for a
stopped.
while. I fell into the same trap.
It's fun until you realize that
It's not.
it's a turd that's polished. You know what I mean? It's like there's no substance to it.
Yeah, it's
It's
fun.
like-
It's fun until you've done like the same thing over and over, and the menus are just terrible, and you're just fast traveling everywhere with no map,
And then just
yeah.
clicking fast travel and then walking
Yeah.
talk to this person, blah, 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 blah. Walk over here, blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't have to look for loot. There's nothing to explore. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Most of the planets are empty.
It felt
So it's
like
just-
a AAA beta test of Unreal 5.
Yeah, it's just dumb. But it didn't even look as good as if it was in Unreal 5. It's like Unreal
True.
3 or something. But, yeah. Rayu also asks, how, for Atrax, how do you plan out which games you're going to play?
That's a great question. It's not so much of a plan as what interests me at that particular moment. But I mean, there are certain things of like, if I see upcoming games, I will plan around, I want to play this and this, so maybe I'll play this now and this later. It also depends on like who recommends games to me too, because a lot of games I'll play because my friends are playing them and they've invited me, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll hop in. This is fun, Shotgun Farmers is one of those games, and that was a lot of fun for a couple of hours with the friends. So that's usually, it's a mix of like friends and then what I see. Also sales. I have a wish list of games. If something goes on sale, then I'll swoop it up and download it, and it'll get played eventually. And if I've played something and I feel I'm done with it, then I'll just uninstall it. So that's usually it.
Sweet.
What does he want to know from Marcus?
Rayu also asks for Marcus. It's a three-fer maybe? 2.5. Yeah, Rayu asks, are you going to start watching hockey? If so, who will be your team? Marcus.
Ask the whole thing because I can actually answer it all in once.
And then he says, go Hurricanes, which is just terrible.
So I've always watched hockey, forever. It's a sport I love. I just happened, my son started to play it, so I started to play it. And believe it or not, what's cool about me playing it is it's getting me to exercise and do it, and I'm being better, and like I've set goals, blah blah blah. But it's good for me, and I'm doing it with my son. So I've always loved hockey. First thing, where we live, they're greedy assholes. So where you watch the Red Sox and the Bruins is called Nesson, and they removed Nesson from YouTube TV and streaming platforms so that you can buy their bullshit streaming service for $360 a year.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
retarded. It's
Right.
So
So just so you can
stupid.
watch baseball and
Hockey and all that.
hockey,
Yeah.
which is such a scam because it's not worth it.
No.
And so even if you say, oh, just buy the MLB package or the NHL package, they fucking black out the games here.
Well, and it's like at that price, you might as well just buy like tickets to the actual games.
Well, no, but there's a lot of games. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
a
I know,
lot of
but
games.
Still, like,
I'm with you 100%.
how much are
whole,
season passes for hockey games? Like $1,000
What?
bucks?
like $20,000.
Oh, all right.
We're
Yeah,
talking about the
season
Boston
tickets.
Bruins, buddy. Like
this isn't
is
like the Portland whatevers.
No, there's the Seattle.
Well, I don't know how much season
yeah.
passes
Oh,
are for any
Kraken.
sport. So,
Oh, sure. Okay.
like,
Well,
it was a
the-
shot
my-
in the dark. For
Right. Well,
I
the
get-
point
I'm
I'm
just-
trying to make is, so the caveat to this, because he says go Hurricanes, and it's kind of funny. So
Yeah.
my favorite hockey team of all time, and will always be better than the Bruins. I am a fan. I'm a Whalers fan. It's the Hartford Whalers.
Okay.
I grew up going to those games with my mom.
Yeah.
And then they pulled out of Hartford, in which the Hartford Whalers are now the Carolina Hurricanes.
Huh.
So when they do retro night, they're wearing fucking Whalers jerseys. So
Yeah. Okay.
So he says, "Go Hurricanes!" Like always, like fuck you for taking our team away from us. But at the same time, I'm a Bruins fan. But if the Hartford Whalers ever come back, I'm hanging up the Bruins jersey. You heard it here first.
Okay. I can follow that. And I actually don't mind that so much because although we're from Massachusetts, we live right on the border of Connecticut. So it's probably honestly geographically closer.
Yeah, 100%. But dude, I've gone to so many Whalers games as a kid. I think they left in 1990 or something. Like, I remember that.
Yeah.
And you can't let that go. But anyway.
No, I understand. That's not as criminal as it would sound initially. So.
Sovi asks, Nick, congrats on your limited Imperial furlough. Is paintballing out for the foreseeable future? Are you turning in your tanks and mask?
No, it is not. I actually am. If the weather's good, I'm going to go play Sunday. Actually, is my game plan. But it's supposed to rain, so I don't really want to go in the rain if I'm not practicing for something. If I'm just going to fuck around. But no, I'm planning a slow ramp up into playing locally, probably in the fall is my projected timeline roughly.
So you'll play one event.
Yeah, or a local here and there. Honestly, timing, I would probably hop on a team to play OPS. This next OPS E2, but I'm going to be in New Hampshire when it is, so I'm not doing that.
Right.
Because I know OPS would be cheaper, and maybe I could, finagle a team into having me not really pay as much or something. Because I'm a quote unquote D2 player.
Dude, you haven't played in a year.
They don't know that or care. If I can finagle people, excuse me, not people. If I can finagle less money, I will.
Sure.
I don't know if maybe that's selfish and shitty of me, but why not?
Okay.
Maybe it is. And I don't think I actually have that kind of value anyways. But so no, paintball will be coming back. It's just not I'm ramping back up slowly because I haven't played in a long time, and also just availability wise. Basically, once the basement is done being remodeled, then I'll have a lot more free time. But it's more of a
I don't believe that.
Anyways.
I'm calling that bullshit out because it'll be the next project.
Well, but the next projects are less urgent. I don't need to constantly I can put off a exterior project. You know
Let me ask you a quick question. What makes the basement project so urgent?
Because I want that room to be done. Because it's unfinished and not be able to be used.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's just that's where my big TV, which is under a gray blanket behind me, is going to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's there's stuff to be set up in there that's
right.
just cluttering other areas. So it's and it'll be a nice, my speakers, my whole speaker system is in a box in the attic waiting to be set up in there. It'll be a nice movie area, watching whatever type of space. So
I get it. I was just curious.
Yeah. And then it's okay, now that's literally the last area in the whole house to be renovated. Then the interior house renovations are done. Done.
Sweet.
So that, we're going to get a fridge for the basement, but that's about that's once that room is done, it's it. So then, there's a couple things that we need to do outside. A bunch of things, but a couple big things to do outside. But other than that, that closes off the house, and then then stuff is less urgent. So
right on.
Yeah. Sophie also asks, Atrax, birria tacos or breakfast burrito?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go breakfast burrito. Solely, I'm gonna throw my reasoning really quick. I like burrito tacos, but if you leave, like if you try to eat them later, not so great because they're fried and they get kind of meh. But breakfast burrito, especially if you get like a big giant one and you eat half of it like early in the morning and then half of it later on in the morning, like just 2 hours later, then you're just chilling all day for breakfast.
Yeah.
I love a breakfast burrito.
I do too. I love a breakfast burrito. I also love birria tacos though. So like I think I'll lean breakfast burrito, but man, birria tacos are not anything to like, I don't know.
No, definitely not.
Fantastic.
I think,
but it's almost apples and oranges, you know?
Right. So for me, I'd say any time of the day, breakfast burrito. But like lunch or dinner, burrito tacos for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Respectable.
Yep. For sure.
Yeah.
Next question also for Atrax, although we're all going to answer, from Sylvie. Chorizo or bacon?
If I have to choose, like we're going breakfast burrito or tacos. If it's a breakfast burrito, it's chorizo. Like if I only get one, I prefer both, honestly. Like chorizo and bacon. Let's be real, I'd get both. But if I have to just choose one, chorizo. Yeah. Specifically in the Mexican food talk. If we're talking burgers, obviously bacon.
Chorizo for me all day, every day.
All day, every day.
I fucking love it. Way better than bacon.
Well,
but I love sausage. But I love sausage.
Would be my answer.
Right. So like I love chorizo or chorizo, and it's just good. So
yeah,
I would say in life bacon, but in this breakfast context, probably chorizo on one of those. But I like a sausage, so it like gets closer to it. Like neither of these are my favorite breakfast meat. Like sausage is the best, you know.
A nice fat one.
All I gotta say is, thank God I'm the one editing the podcast this week, because that is one hell of a clip I just laid down.
I think that should be the intro.
Well, we'll see about that. Next question from Sovi is jalapenos or habanero? Jalapenos usually too much.
So I like jalapenos in general. Habaneros are good in some salsas though. Like if you have a mango habanero salsa,
it's too hot.
Yeah, I do like the flavor of habanero, but it's usually too much heat.
It's the back end. Like it's not enjoyable when you eat a habanero or the salsa, and then 30 seconds later your mouth is fucking burning off. Yeah. It ruins the awesome flavor that you ate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally agree.
Fair enough.
Marcus?
What?
How much Star Wars merch were you able to bring home? And did everyone have time to have fun?
Oh, so
Sylvie
yes.
wants to know.
So this time at Disney, we only did 2 days in the park, and we chilled in the resort for 2 days.
Okay.
We stayed at the Grand Floridian, which was pretty dope. It was right next to Magic Kingdom, like you could walk there. So like there was no public transportation to have to go one day, which was fucking awesome. Believe it or not, I didn't buy anything for me. My kids bought minimal. We go enough to where it's not like, oh my God, I'm never coming back here. I have to have this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Carrie and the kids did surprise me. They got me a sweet Disney bathing suit. It's got like Mickey on it and stuff, but it's like a dark green with like orange like outlines of like Mickey and stuff. It's pretty dope, and the material is really nice. I would have never bought it for myself, but now that I have it, like it's sweet. I got an awesome bathing suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you.
But did we ever have fun? Yes. The second we did a split stay, so we stayed at the Grand Floridian and then we went to Animal Kingdom, and we had a savannah view. So I woke up to giraffes and like wildebeests and zebras just chilling out of my room. And
that's pretty sweet.
That's
awesome. Like
I remember the videos.
Yeah, like that was pretty cool.
You just like see a giraffe
like just
by.
sitting there drinking a cup of coffee and at 9:00 in the morning, 8:00 in the morning, watching a draft walk by your room, like, what's up, man?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a pretty cool experience.
I get it. Rayu made a comment about the Hurricanes stuff.
No, that was Sovi. He said, "Ew, Hurricanes." Just kidding. Florida boy too.
Oh, yeah. Rayu's he's not from Florida. I thought he was one of the Carolinas.
He's in Carolina, but I don't know where he's from.
Carolina.
All right. So the last three questions are for me because I wanted, I always talk about like an AMA Ask Me Anything, and I wanted to ask three specific questions. One of them's Atrax. One of them's for Nick. One of them's for Atrax, and then one of them is for all three of us. But first, this is Atrax's last episode as a full-time host. Atrax has decided to focus more on Counter-Strike and like casting, and we completely support him on that. We thank him a shit ton for being here all this time. And I know people are going to miss hearing his voice every week, but he will be back when Nick decides to get locked into Imperial Prison and I need a fill-in host. He will be he'll be reeling in. So thanks, Atrax.
Save the day.
Yeah. And I'm super excited for you, dude, because like I know since I've known you, and I think I've known you for almost 5 years.
Getting
4
close
years.
to it. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4 years. Since I've known you, you've always wanted to be involved in esports.
Yes.
And Nick and I on the back end have always said that once this CSC, not CDC. What an idiot.
Come on.
Once the Center for Disease Control gets involved, it's gonna pop off.
once. Yeah, exactly. No, but like once you mentioned the CSC, Nick and I immediately, as soon as we heard about it, we're like, well, Nick, Atrax is gone, and I understand it completely because it just so happens that it falls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Thursdays is podcast day. And if you like, out of anybody I know who loves esports, you love esports the way Nick loves football and the way I love, baseball and hockey. Right.
Yeah.
So like, I can't wait to hear your next journey. He'll still be around, and yeah,
I'll be here.
So Atrax, now I'm going to put you on the hot seat.
All right.
What is your next step in your content creation journey?
Well, you already mentioned it, supporting the Counter-Strike Confederation a little bit more and doing either like subbing for teams on Thursdays or doing casting like for the live matches, which has been a lot of fun. And I don't know, there's other things to do too, like learn how the stats work or help with transactions or stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff to do over there that, like behind the scenes. So we'll see what happens there too. But also, like, I'll be making a lot more YouTube videos. So already I've been starting the Hollow Knight playthrough. I want to finish the game and actually finish a YouTube series. And then once that's done, move to something next. Maybe either another game or doing something else.
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Whatever.
Oh,
Shadow of the Erd Tree might be coming out at that point. So we'll see what happens. But finishing Hollow Knight and getting all of those episodes, finally getting at least the audio and the game music and my voice to mesh better together than they have been, at least in the first few episodes. I think now by episode 4 and 5, I'm starting to get it a little bit better. And it's starting to be easier to edit, but we'll see. I just want to keep improving that because I've got the video side down pretty good, but the audio I think could use some work. So I've been struggling with audio for months now at this point, probably years. But we'll just keep on going and keep on working at it.
Keep on keeping on, as Joe
keep
Dirt
on
says.
Keeping on, yes, sir.
Nick.
Yes.
What do you find consumes the most of your time that is not work related? And as the sidebar of this, Nick is the most distracted person I know. like he sees a squirrel and he's like gone. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
I would say driving.
Interesting.
Because I commute an hour and a half to work, essentially.
Oh, total time.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things. I probably, as I have for absolutely every answer, probably a Mount Rushmore of things. But no, driving takes up a big chunk because it's not literally an hour and a half, but it's probably well over an hour and 10 minutes each way for sure. On top of like, going to the store, going here, going there. My sister but not usually, but before I would like go to my old apartment during lunch, but now my sister's moved in there and is working remotely and stuff. So I don't want to interrupt. So I just like I like to get out of the office. So I just take lunch in my car. So I'm in my car a lot currently. So I'm looking forward to the new job potentially. What?
So you're telling me you drive more than you sleep? That's crazy.
Well, no, sleep, obviously. A crisp
That's
3.5 hours.
I don't know. That's
just
not work related.
And then, for frivolous stuff, I have been playing some video games. It's a lot of renovations here too, though. Well, on the weekends that take up like big chunks of time. I do the ripping up carpet, doing the stairs, that type of stuff. But the larger projects are coming to a close. I've got to frame a wall, then I've got to put up some beadboard, and then later I'll be finish the flooring, which that might be a 2-dayer, but those are sort of the big ticket, like kill a whole day type of things. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me. Besides, I've been playing some games here and there too, but that in school also. I've been working on classes at Capella online for the old master's degree.
Sure. All right. We'll start with Atrax. I can go last.
Okay.
What is a goal for you in the next 3 months? It's a short term, but a good goal that you can have noted in time in working class nerds history.
Time in working class nerds history.
Yeah, and it can be anything, not
months.
just gaming, just life.
Well, the one that immediately comes to mind for me is release a video every week, but that I've already talked about that. But yeah, at least release an episode every week. And then also, this sounds crazy, but spend less money on games. Like not a whole lot, but just a little. Like I could probably save a little more than I do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So that's another one. That's another kind of life thing, is just be more financially responsible and also get more out of the games that I've been playing by releasing a video every week.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Nick?
I would say play more games. Well, finish the stuff. Play more paintball. Play more video games. And do more school stuff. Is my items. It's been a lot of between moving and just looking for jobs and things. It's once I'm starting checking off boxes. I'd like to spend more time on things for like myself, if that makes sense.
Hell
it's
yeah.
important too to have that balance.
For sure.
Absolutely.
My goal in 3 months is, well, I don't think I'll lose it all in 3 months, but I want to lose 60 pounds and I'm on my way to do that.
All right.
And
nice.
I want to play in a real hockey game and I want to beat Elden Ring. I have to beat the game because I feel like even if I don't play the DLC or anything like that, I feel like I have to beat it just for my own, I can do it kind of mentality.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, that game hurts. And,
It's brutal.
Oh, dude, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
There's nothing great about this game. Well, it's great, but, the way you get your ass beat, if you don't have, all right, well, I'll just try again mentality, you're going to straight up break your controller. And there's a 0 chance I'm breaking the gold shadow.
The Gold Shadow.
The Gold Shadow.
It has a name now.
Well, it always has. That's what it was on the box. See?
Yeah.
Gold shadow.
Gold Shadow.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Shadow the Gold Shadow.
Gold Shadow of the Gold Shadow.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.